Welcome to episode 2 of the Healing Poetic Expression series. I am your host, Kia McLean, poet, author, speaker, and self-publishing coach. I want to talk about the subject of the day, and we're just going to go right into it. And so I want to talk about complacency versus perseverance. Complacency is where you have just settled for what's going on around you, for the things that are happening organically, but you're not taking the risk, you're not doing the work. And a big part of that is fear. When I speak to many potential clients, when I speak to clients, and when I speak to people in general, the one factor that always comes up is fear. And so how do we overcome that fear that prevents us from moving into being, having a perseverance spirit? What is it that is stopping us from that? And as I said, it's fear. So to tackle the fear, we have to look at, sometimes it's good to take a look back to see, hey, I did this, and I did that, and I did that, and I succeeded. And I made it here, so I don't have to stop here. And that's where complacency will lead us a lot of times. Complacency will have us in a space where we get comfortable, but we're not happy. We'll get comfortable, but we're not satisfied. We're not completely pleased with where we find ourselves in our lives, but it's comfortable. Because when you have to stretch yourself, when you have to go outside of the boundaries of what is comfortable for you, fear will take over. Now, the way that I personally navigate through that is by doing what I just said to you all, and that is taking a look back and saying, you were a single mother and you completed college. You have 3 college degrees. It wasn't easy. There were obstacles. You had to overcome some things. There were some trials that came up and some tests that came up that you had to pass, but you did it. And so I had to see that I have a tenacious spirit. I have a heart that is not going to stop or prevent me from moving forward. I had to get clear and gain clarity about what I wanted to do, about who I really am. And sometimes having the fear is great. Having the fear is part of it. Having the fear makes you want to push that much more. In fact, the way I see it now is if I don't have fear, it's probably not for me. You see, I want to have fear. I want to have a little bit of that stress and anxiety. When I feel stressed or anxious, and I feel that in the pit of my stomach, I know that I should be perseverance through this. I should have perseverance to this. I should have dedication to this. I should overcome it because I've overcome things before. And that's the mindset that I have when it comes down to pushing through, achieving a task or a goal. Giving up is just not an option. Stopping is just not an option. Failing is not an option. See, sometimes we may not make it the way that others may think we should make it. It may not look like success in terms of other people's criteria. But let me tell you something. When you get up every day and you push and you do the hardest and the best work, you've won that day. Unfortunately, we only think about success in terms of your bank account, what you're wearing, what you're driving, the square footage of your home. But what if I told you that a lot of times your blessings and your peace come in doing the work that you were made to do? Now, look, I'm not going to tell you money is not important. I'm not going to tell you that money does not make a significant difference in your life. But I do believe that the abundance will come from you moving and shifting into doing what it is that you have been born to do. A lot of us are out here settling. We are doing things that are not connected to our purpose. Doing things that don't make us thrilled when we wake up. Doing things that does not make us commit to the goal at hand. If you're slacking in any form, if you're not doing the work completely, well, it's likely because you've become comfortable, complacent. And if you look around, it's not that things are bad. You may have the home, you may have the car, you may have the spouse, you may have the children, you may even have the great friends around you. But there's still something on the inside that doesn't feel connected. Doesn't feel like you are really living out who you are. And you've adjusted because you feel like this is your life. In fact, you feel like there's not really many more choices. But what if I told you that's not true? What is true is you can do whatever it is that you set your mind to, that you commit to, that you do the work for, that you continue to learn and grow in that area, that you connect with people and build relationships and rapport with people. Clarity will come and you will be able to do the work that you were born to do. It's okay to do something else. And I think sometimes we struggle with that because we oftentimes go with the status quo. Well, this is what I should be doing, and this is what everyone sees as success.